I'm not here to give big speeches on education. All of you are the experts in that. Neither am I someone to talk about nation building. All of you are the experts in that. But I will say that we are very, very happy to see the advances and progress. And the only agenda that I would like to contribute from my side is that towards a Vikasit Bharat, you have spent the whole day talking about the important pillar of education. We need a Swasth Bharat for a Vikasit Bharat. So please also focus on healthcare. So people looking for collaborations, partnerships, enhancements, we are very, very open for discussion on how we can do more. We have digitalized most of our content, especially our nursing colleges where we have 16 colleges. The country needs more. I remember a beautiful statement which was made by Chandrababu Naidu Garu and reflected again by Nara Lokesh at the World Economic Forum. He said, I have sent 5,000 nurses to Germany, but I want to send 50,000. To do that, we need to train them. And this is a reflection of three important themes, which I'm going to, just end with. Number one is Heal in India. India does world-class healthcare at 1/10 of global prices. Your new airport, sir, will allow us to bring patients into our Vizag hospital and not just Delhi, and we're very excited about it. Heal in India. The second is Heal by India. 17 million is the global workforce shortage. So while India is producing a large number of doctors and nurses now, and these need to be trained, we need a harmonization of global degrees, because the journey from India to the world is not easy for healthcare. In Y2K, engineers went everywhere. Indian engineers served the world. But during the pandemic, in COVID, doctors and nurses could not move with the same pace. We need to talk about globalization of degrees. The second thing is healthcare is not just doctors and nurses. There is an important chapter called NCHAP, which is the allied health professionals. Please focus on NCHAP, make that mainstream, and bring optometrists, audiologists, physiotherapists, pulmonary specialists. There's a range of paramedics. For every doctor, you need 10 allied professionals. So there's a very big allied professional field waiting to be looked at, and again, very happy to speak about, partner, and figure out. The last thing I'd like to say is that very few people know that Chittoor was one of the first PPPs where the district government hospital was attached to our medical college. And while there are hiccups or have been hiccups, it is unequivocally a large success, especially from the student perspective. So this is a model I would encourage further. While you commit to grow the hospital, when we took the hospital, it had a 300 OPD. Today we see 1,000 OPD. We added almost 400 beds. We're doing any surgery or any standard that we can do in one of our Apollos, we're doing in a Chittoor or a district hospital. So it's a very, very important nation building exercise to partner with the government hospitals and then grow them. I just want to end by saying it's an amazing time in the history of the world. And we can dream of a cure for cancer, we can dream of universal health access, we can dream of India being among the leading powers. And it's an amazing time to focus on Andhra Pradesh. And I want to congratulate all of you who are doing so and commit that Apollo is very much in our hearts Telugu. So we will continue to do what needs to be done, but we are in our aspirations national and global. So we will continue to grow across the world and look forward to exciting growth, exciting partnerships, and the progress of our people, so that advanced healthcare can reach everyone and prosperity and humanity go hand in hand. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you, ma'am, for those very hopeful words. I would now like to invite Dr. Narayan Bharat Gupta, IAS, to please give his special address.
Good evening, sir. First of all, I am very privileged and feel a great opportunity to be part of this discussion and part of this group which has been present today from the morning. Now, if I were to summarize the entire observation of today's discussion, I would say it's the talent density in this room. The number of vice chancellors, the directors, the number of institutions they represent, the academic scholarships they hold, probably we can rival the best universities in the world probably. Now with this sort of talent, with this sort of collective discussions happening around, ideas being exchanged, debates happening, and learnings which are being shared, I think this was one of the most momentous platforms or events in which we all could gather and share our ideas. Today, we are not ending a discussion, but starting a long journey. We understood that when the discussions start, either in the room or out of the room, time is not sufficient. So periodically, we should meet together and share our learnings. So, sir, today we had a very meaningful discussion. I was part of one of the round table which we had organized. Extraordinary ideas were shared. We had charted some course for ourselves. And I felt that this is one of the moments which we should keep on repeating, and the vice chancellors or the industry leaders should keep on gathering, because the future of the country or even the world is being built in Andhra Pradesh, be it data centers, semiconductors, electronics, whatever it is, we are deciding the future. Now, as a state, we should know that 20 years down the line, what should our students study? Forums like this will help us a lot. We will take this forward, and we will keep on discussing on various topics which were discussed today, and continue the ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Shri Srini Raju for his special address.
Good afternoon, all of you. I just want to compliment our Honorable Minister and the Honorable Member of Parliament. I have known them when they are just 15, 16-year-old children. Yes, 1996, first time I came to your home. And we all feel good because now at least the state is in good hands. And India also, the leadership that's, now slowly transitioning into the next generation. And today's event here, thanks to Hemant that, he just said, you come here, you'll enjoy it. And it's really, Hemant, I think it's a thank you for inviting me. I've been involved in education from 1996, thanks to the Honorable Chief Minister, who made me one of the founding members of IIIT Hyderabad in 1998. That's when we started that. I continue to be a member of the governing board for last 28 years, the longest serving board member. Then again, with the same system, got into the ISB, later on Kriya, IIIT Sri City, and Public Health University. So I've been involved in different capacities. So until 2-3 years ago, we think that, we should build institutions of national importance. We were thinking about institutions of eminence. 2 years ago, the Telangana CM has asked me to look into the employability of the people, because a lot of reports keep saying only 50% of the people are employable. Somebody says not even that, less and all that. So they asked me to look into it. I went to details. Then I realized that the problem is very big. The reason for that, most of us here, we keep talking about among ourselves, we deal with the top 5% of what I call India. Bharat we have abandoned. So all these institutions of national importance, 170 plus Government of India well funded, all of them, and also top universities who are here, you all probably some 25,000, 50,000 people together. Every year, 10 million people come out of 12th class. We are addressing what, 200,000 people, 300,000 people, maybe 500,000 people, that's all. The remaining people go here and there. The problem there is that there's no focus. It's not that somebody is more capable or less capable kind of thing. That's one issue, the lack of focus. The second thing is, somewhere we got into our mind saying that everybody should have a degree. It's all started from the Western countries asking what is GER, gross enrollment ratio. Everybody who comes out of the first class to 10th, 10th to 12th, 12th to degree, then you're raising their expectations, isn't it? Because you're just going through the conveyor belt and not knowing about, what is the final output. And somebody made a very interesting comment saying that we give degrees with marks but no skills. And that defines the today's situation. Fine, this is a problem for all of us, for a nation. thanks to, again, the minister and CM Garu, they said, I went and told them this is something we are trying to do something new. They really encouraged us. This new concept that we started working is basically we looked at the German system. They have 4 categories of university. Today, if you saw all these conversations, we tend to mix up all the things. We talk in the same forum, everything. The Germans being Germans, they really isolate the things and do it. They have a classic university system like a Berlin University, Munich University, like we have Andhra University, Usman University, and Delhi University. And then we created an IIT system. And there were 5 of them not sufficient. We created more NITs. Then in 1998, when there was a lot of demand for it, and CM Garu, we all went to Silicon Valley, they said we need a lot of IT professionals. So we went to IITs, increase the seats. They said, no, we can't increase only for IT. We have civil engineering, mechanical, chemical, and all of them. We can't make 1,000 people, other one only 60 people. Then we started a new system, is a triple IT system, which is, after that, many people, there are 30 triple ITs, and many engineering colleges came out subsequently. The Germans have created a 4-tier system. The one is the classic universities, then they have technology universities, which are like our IIT equivalents. Then there's a third one called applied sciences. This is where they come into very, I would say, job-oriented kind of thing. The 4th one they have created, it's called dual university. Basically, in dual university, you work and you study. 1 quarter you're in university, the other quarter you're in the job. So, but like a job, it is not 30 weeks. Most of the educational institutions where you come from, a semester is 15 weeks. So, but in a year, there are 52 weeks, not 30 weeks, isn't it? Any company where we all work, yes, people get 2 weeks vacation or 3-4 weeks. I said, okay, we'll take away 4 weeks, the highest. The 48 weeks are still there. So we have basically worked around that, modified the German system to the Indian, because the main problem is internship. The industry, they don't want people to come for 3 months, 4 months. They said, we are not interested. They want a longevity of it. They want them to see there at least 6 months, 9 months kind of thing. So we had to modify the system to Indian conditions. At the same time, it should meet the UGC requirements also. A 3-year degree is 120 credits, a 4-year degree is 160 credits. We still have to do that because those changes have not been made yet. So we just following the UGC credit system. At the same time preparing. The catch here is an 18-year-old in an internship, they have to work 8 hours a day, what we call 9-6-5, 9 to 6, 5 days a week. So it's like joining in the job. But the positive aspect is they get stipend, minimum 10,000 plus, whatever they can get. And when they graduate with a 4-year degree, it's generally equivalent of about 2.5 years of experience. So it's an intense program. I don't know how many people actually want to be part of intense program, but if it works there, nobody needs to say, well, I have a degree, but I don't know kind of thing. So they actually have real experience. That is the system that it's another system. So once it's successful, and just like the triple IT system got adopted by many people kind of thing, hopefully a lot of people get into it. Our dream is that, as I said, there are 10 million people coming out of 12th class getting into university system. Maybe 2 million, 4 million people. That means we had to find so many internships in this country. It's doable. 2, 3, 4 million is not a big number for a country of our size. But we have to build the system to be able to, the people can go there, internship, come back and all of them. So with the help of the government, I want to thank publicly our minister that, he was in abroad. So they had to sign, so they approved it in the last cabinet meeting, this new university system that we are talking about. This is being set up in the same model as the triple IT, ISB, and Ashoka model. There are no one family behind it. There are a large number of donors at the part of it. We have a target of 500 to 1,000 crores of money that should be coming in. This is a beginning kind of thing. So it will be like it's promoted by the public at large. So it's neither a government of India nor state government nor a family trust kind of thing. It's an institution by many people. Now, before I end, I want to say 2 more points. One, whatever we say here, the faculty are not available. So I was making a request to our Honorable Member of Parliament saying that there are a lot of people of my generation, people even after that 50, 60 years old people coming out of the industry. So there is a system now created, professor of practice. It's only, then government says somewhere 10%. We don't have people. So what we should do is actually, we should make the changes, the top there at the UGC system, saying that somebody who has a bachelor's degree for 10 years equivalent, I'm not saying give a PhD, equivalent of a PhD. Somebody who has 20 years equivalent of an assistant professor, somebody who has 25 years associate, something equivalent qualification so that the industry people can come and teach these. Because there's so much of shortage, we don't get them anyway. And the other side, you have the people coming out. Unlike earlier days when people retire at 58, 60 years kind of thing, that, I'm retired. I'm 66, I'm still working. Our CM Garu is 76, he's working even more than us. So there are a lot of people out there who are willing to come into the industry and teach. So we need to make that one change. All the time suggesting make it an equivalent, not saying that give them PhDs or anything kind of thing. That's one part of it. The other one I want to bring it is, there's so many universities here in every state and all that. Go back to some of the things we can learn from US. Every university has something that's very unique. I'll give you a very small examples to drive home the point. Every state has some state bird, state tree, state flower. Today, you go along Telangana and other places, all the neem trees are dying. I haven't seen anybody doing any work on that. So some agricultural universities should specialize in neem trees. Somebody should, so take some subject like, I'm a nature lover. So this university called, in the US, you have, I forgot, it's in Ithaca, what is that? Cornell University. Worldwide, birds database is kept by them. Worldwide. So we want to see, it is there. So my request is that every university should choose one area, whatever it is. It's a crop, it's a fruit, something. They should be the keepers of that knowledge for this world. It is doable. I've been part of quite a few of these things in the US and here. We make an impact. So that means somebody did Google search in that field, we should come in the first page. Choose that. Otherwise, we're all giving generic education every year, all this thing going on, but there's nothing that's competence. How long we want to keep our data, everything in the United States? We can keep at least our data here, our information here, our knowledge here. And it's not very difficult. I just want to share with you that the few things that me and only 5-6 people, we work on it, we still make a small difference. It's doable. So my request is that every university should choose whatever important in that region. Like something in Vizag, like say, we're talking about whatever we have here, various things that our life around Vizag, they should specialize in that. And they should be the people, anybody go-to people, we say, anything happens there, that's where you go to that. So that is something that's very important, that these are not the AI, quantum computing, some big things we're talking. These are about us, our life, everyday life here. And it's very much within our abilities. It's not that some of them you need more money, a lot of other things to be done. So in addition to all the discussions, I really enjoyed today being part of it, listening, since morning. I noted down many things to take home, but my request is that to get into this faculty one which I talked about it kind of thing, and every university to be able to specialize in something so that we stand out in the world in that. I thank you, Hemant, and all the team for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Shri Bharat to please give his special address.
Good evening, everyone. I know it's been a long day. Are you tired or are you okay? Okay? So I got the window in the morning, so I was able to share some of my thoughts in the morning. So I think it's only an ask of you that we tried to create a platform where you can engage with peers and colleagues, and where you can share some of your innovations and you can learn from some others. So I hope that we fulfill that, but I'm sure that everything can be done better. So please give us feedback. You are connected to me, some of you, and I've heard from some of you that why don't we do this intra-state so that we can have a dialogue within institutions of the state and do that more frequently. We definitely value that, and I think we will work on this. Maybe we have learned from Hemant and we'll take this forward for our own state. So just for the knowledge of the Minister, I think I've participated in many of the sessions. Many of the participants, because of the kind of members that are here, have shared their serious challenges, have not hesitated from sharing challenges about government, politics, society, peers. So I think this, in that sense, has been a great platform. And obviously, everyone is at a different level in their journey. What Sriniraju Garu is saying is very valid. Some of us are focusing on skills. Some of us are focusing on research. So not every message is for everyone. But I think that's a learning for the future. And just as I do in every speech, the last few seconds is an ad for ourselves. So some of the people represented on stage, like Shekhar Garu and others in front, private universities that have come, I think can attest to the speed and the trust that they receive with the current government. And some of you who are here from out of town, look at us. We will welcome you. And for some of you who are already here, dream big and please question us on how we can do things better. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Honorable Shri Nara Lokesh, sir, for the chief guest address.
I was wondering why MP Garu spoke so short. So I believe he got 25 minutes of his dose this morning, so you're in safe hands. First off, I'd like to thank Hemant ji for having me here. It means a lot. I know this was on the books for about 2 months, and I was supposed to be here for the entire day session. But today is a completion of 2 years in government, so I had to be in Tirupati. That's where I seem to have lost my voice, addressing the crowd there. But thank you very much for organizing this here in Visakhapatnam, which I believe will be the India's first $1 trillion ecosystem. So what you see here is just the beginning, and the magic is happening out here. Thank you, Shekharji. You are the earlier believers of Amravati. When our Honorable Chief Minister in his third term invited you to Amravati, against all odds, you believed in us. Continue to invest in Amravati through thick and thin, and you believed in the spirit of the people of the 2 Telugu states. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for being here. The third person, who's the son of the soil, who's been my mentor, Sriniraju Garu. I didn't know he was that young. I mean, 66 is not any age anymore. I mean, I see my Chief Minister who's 76 and who's cycling 11 kilometers here on the roads of Visakhapatnam. So, but Sriniraju Garu has been an amazing strength for us. We've had a lot of tailwind in attracting investments because of Sri City. And for people who have not visited Sri City, I would request you to visit Sri City. Sheer magic is happening there. And we as a state have been supporting that initiative. So when his university, he did brief me, when I went there to break ground for career, he briefed me about his initiative. And I said, absolutely, we'll do it. So when the file came back to me, I was actually in Russia. And I cleared it within probably an hour and a half as soon as I got the file, because I believe this is the next step of educational reforms that we should lead from the front. So thank you very much, Sriniraju Garu, for leading from the front. My ask is still pending with you. The speed of doing business, the feedback that I wanted from you, I'm still waiting on you for that. So I look forward to hearing from you. We have 2 Bharats on the dais. One Bharat is the doctor who's Commissioner Higher Education. We've gone through our set of reforms where academics and administration has actually been split. We've taken that bold reform. So Bharat ji has joined my team as Commissioner Higher Education. He's going to champion all the conversations you've had here. And that's why he's been with you through all the sessions. He will take back the conversations. We're actually meeting on Monday, so he will definitely give me a download, and we look forward to implementing the asks that the sector has from us. Last but not least, our Member of Parliament, the other Bharat, he has the dubious distinction of winning this Parliament seat with the highest majority in Andhra Pradesh's history. Thanks for clapping. That means he has greater responsibility also to do. So that's why I think it brings me to Visakhapatnam a bit too much. So today I was telling our state party president that probably I need to take a month break from coming to Visakhapatnam because I'm not giving my own constituency so much time as I'm giving Visakhapatnam. But Bharat, thank you for hosting such memorable events. I think dialogue is very critical. Dialogue between vice chancellors, founders, entrepreneurs, CEOs, academicians. The dialogue has always been missing. And all of you see government as actually a regulator, which I think is not the right way. I believe we merely should be guardrails. And we should help you to self-regulate, help you to define how you want to take the entire sector forward. So it's really exciting to be here because all of you are the shapers of young mind. You are going to create leaders from India who are going to lead Bharat towards Vikasit Bharat. So, for me, when I look at all of you, I'm really inspired that you've taken time out and come all the way to Visakhapatnam. Give us 3 more months, a new airport is launching. I understand you have to take at least one hop to get here. I promise you will have direct connectivity. We will not trouble you so much. The new airport is starting, I think, 3 months from now. If the Honorable Prime Minister agrees, 1 month from now. But our airport is ready. But, it's nice to see all of you here joining this conversation and really enabling Andhra Pradesh to learn a lot from your ideas and your thoughts. As Srini Raju Garu said, the world is changing at a pace that honestly all of us cannot really comprehend. But in the rapidly changing world, the greatest competitive advantage is not land, it's not resources, but honestly I believe it is talent. So that is why I'm particularly happy that we're actually having this conference here in Visakhapatnam. For all of you, Andhra Pradesh for decades has led the wave of the IT sector, and this had to do with the reforms that our Honorable Chief Minister did in his first and second term as the Chief Minister. That is why from across Silicon Valley to Singapore, from London to Dubai, you see a lot of professionals in the C-suites coming from the 2 Telugu-speaking states, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Honestly, our greatest export has not been our products, but it has been our talent, and we are actually quite proud of it. And if we want to build a prosperous future, we believe that our first responsibility should be in investing in the youth of Andhra Pradesh. Many people know me as the Minister for IT, Electronics, Real-Time Governance. I call that my India hat. But very few people actually know me for my HRD portfolio. I call that my Bharat hat. When our Chief Minister was deciding portfolio allocation, he particularly asked me what is the portfolio that you think would be apt. I said, give me education. And when this news broke out, a lot of people pushed back and said, please don't take education. They said it's very difficult, a lot of unions, a lot of allegations, question papers, marking. We're seeing a lot of controversies now. They said it's a tough portfolio. I said that is why I like it. Honestly, education is where we can inspire the next generation leaders. And that is why I chose the Bharat portfolio, the HRD portfolio. And I genuinely love children. So for me, they are pure form of love. Whenever I go to my schools, my government schools, the love and affection that they show and the honesty with which they speak is amazing. So that's one of the reasons. The second reason that gravitated me towards education. But for me, education and my role does not end by merely giving a graduating certificate. I believe that government and all of us here should play a role together in what I call lifelong learning. That is where we're going to launch a portal called Naipunyam. We're about 2 weeks away from it, where we're going to use conversational AI to do skill assessment, to understand, starting from an AC mechanic to a two-wheeler mechanic, all the way to a quantum engineer, to do a skill assessment and say, okay, these are the interventions that you might need to upgrade your skills. And actually use AI to do even skill mapping and do online and offline skill development classes. And this is something that we want to open it up for to start off Andhra and of course roll it out to Bharat. Because I believe that is missing as a nation. And that's something that I believe I will definitely deliver. Our goal is very simple. It's to create a seamless journey from education to employment, entrepreneurship, and lifelong learning. The future belongs to states that can create talent at scale. And that's why skilling, as I said, sits at the fulcrum of it and our growth strategy. We honestly don't want to prepare youth for the jobs of yesterday. So that's when we had the Vice Chancellor's Conference of the state universities. This is exactly what our Chancellor, His Excellency the Governor of Andhra Pradesh, also stated, that we need to prepare the young minds for the next generation technologies, the next generation industries, ranging from AI, electronics, manufacturing, to data centers, to semiconductors, to critical minerals. There is so much of opportunities that the great state of Andhra Pradesh is offering, and we need to prepare the youth for it. And this is where I believe education and economic development become inseparable. So this is the favicol, if I may. Universities today are no longer just places of learning. They are talent nurturing institutions, research engines, innovations hub, and entrepreneurship launchpads. The most successful institutions all over India are ones that I believe do the following three things exceptionally well. One is, of course, to create talent. Second is to create knowledge. Third, and which I think is very important for Vikasit Bharat, is to create entrepreneurs. Andhra Pradesh wants to partner with institutions who can do all these three things. Our vision is not merely to produce graduates, but our vision is to build research-led, innovation-driven institution that can compete with the best in the world. AI will not replace universities, but AI has to be embraced by all of us. Every industrial revolution has always created more jobs than it has replaced. And I believe so will AI. But it will create those jobs in countries, in geographies that are ready to embrace. So that's the challenge in front of all of us. And Andhra Pradesh, as Sangeeta Reddy garu just stated, wants to become a laboratory for AI-enabled learning, AI-enabled research, AI-enabled governance, and AI-enabled innovation. That is where we believe that data centers play a very critical role. That is where I believe that cable landing stations play a very important role. Your wealth is no longer measured in the amount of oil you have. It is measured in terms of the amount of compute capacity that the nation has. And that is where we believe Andhra Pradesh should show the way to Bharat. When entrepreneurs choose where to go, where to make investments, beyond the incentives that the state offers, they look at where talent is. Where there is talent that is willing to adapt to changes. And that is what we want to make ourselves different compared to other states in India. A lot of people ask me, why should they come to Andhra Pradesh? And please allow me to give you three distinct reasons. One is speed of doing business. We don't mean it, we deliver on it. Please allow me to give you a few statistics here. Google is making India's single largest FDI investment here in the great state of Andhra Pradesh. From shake hand to shovel took us 13 months. So we changed policy for them at the national level, at the state level. 13 months flat, we got it done. The second project is one of India's largest greenfield green steel plant by ArcelorMittal. It's coming south of Visakhapatnam. It's a ArcelorMittal Nippon steel plant. From shake hand, it's actually not shake hand. It's even more simple. It was with a Zoom call. I convinced Aditya on a Zoom call to shovel took us about 17 months. And honestly, we were ready. Ministry of Environment took a little bit longer than anticipated. But Zoom to shovel, we did it in 17 months. And recently, if you've been following the news, India is now going about building its indigenous fighter jet, 5th generation fighter jet. It's going to be a stealth fighter jet. From shake hand to breaking ground, 36 days. 600 acres handed over. Our Raksha Mantri, Rajnath Singh ji, was here and he broke ground. So we truly mean on delivering the speed of doing business. Second is our credibility. one thing that other states don't have, we have is brand CBN. This is his fourth term. This is fourth term as Chief Minister. All of you have seen what he's done with Andhra Pradesh, erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, and what he's done with Hyderabad. I keep telling him he's a very lucky person, and he keeps saying, why? Because I have challenges. I said, no, you're getting to redefine your legacy all over again. If we were a combined state, had Hyderabad, people would only be talking about Hyderabad. But today you've been given an opportunity to redefine your legacy all over again. And that is the credibility that we have. And a brand that's built on governance, brand that has delivered policy that stood the test of time and politics. And that is something that we have, and I'm sure Senior Rajagar will vouch for that brand. And third is, of course, many states in India have double engine sarkars now. All of you have heard this popular term. But Andhra Pradesh has what I call the double engine bullet train sarkar. For my friends coming in from other states, Namo means Narendra Modi ji for you. But for Andhras, Namo means Naidu ji and Modi ji ka jodi. So we are reforming. Naidu ji has a dubious distinction of bringing reforms for the nation. He's done it in the past. Open sky policy, telecom deregulation, PPP in airports, he's done this. He's doing it all over again. The entire permanent establishment changes around data center, the tax holiday for data center was his brainchild. He led it from the front. It could be even ArcelorMittal changes for them. He's working with Government of India to bring in a regulatory framework, a policy framework that is good for the nation, but definitely gives Andhra Pradesh a head start. So once we shake hands today, it's no longer your project, it becomes our project. And rest assured, you will get a WhatsApp message from me, probably either Saturday evening or Sunday morning, depending on which part of the world I am in, where I will update on your project. And that's the speed of the double engine bullet train sarkar. That is the passion with which we are now working. And I believe this alignment gives Andhra Pradesh a very unique opportunity that no other state in India actually has. If you have also noticed, 25% of investments in India are coming to the great state of Andhra Pradesh. And this is coming across sectors. Ranging from glass manufacturing to drones, to cement, to steel, to automotive, to two-wheelers. Recently you would have followed, Royal Enfield has also announced their plant here. To various other investments in compressed biogas, underground coal gasification. This cluster is where all the work. So let's take your mobile phone as an example. The camera lens manufacturer to the housing, the casing, the screen, the lithium-ion battery, including the person who makes all the accessories for the mobile phone, is what I call the verticals. And they'll all come into a cluster. Horizontal is where my ministry plays a larger role, HRD. All of us together play a role, where we have to work on skilling up, bringing in the right institutions, right academic excellence that can ensure we can create world-class talent. And that is where we are building 22 world-class clusters. In fact, I just returned from a trip to Russia, and Rosatom, which is a company it's a Russian government company, and they actually have an institute just for rare earth minerals. They do exceptional research on it. And for all of you who have been following the news, north of Visakhapatnam is where we have opportunity, and they're opening up beach sand mining to harness the rare earth minerals. But for us, it's not just about the mineral wealth. It's not just about exporting the monazite or the titanium raw material. I want to capture the entire value ecosystem in Srikakulam, where we are actually going to mine this. What does that mean? I have to create a cluster. That means I need to bring all the companies that are required from mining all the way up to value addition. Borderline, taking monazite all the way in. If I have to do that, I need a foremost institution to come, guide us, advise us, and then actually them coming and setting up a facility, a research institution here. So I did give an offer to the Vice Chancellor of Andhra University here. He has work to do with this institution. And with APMDC, Andhra University, we want to do the tie-up because I believe they're in the right place to build that ecosystem. So this is the way we are actually bringing education and economic progress together. And that's how I believe we go hand in hand. And this is what will make Andhra Pradesh unique compared to other states. And this is something I believe we should learn from success stories from different parts of the world. So I welcome all of you to be part of this growth story, this journey. I'll be more than happy to share our insights, our cluster-based approach that we are doing. We need more and more input from you. We as a government believe we are merely guardrails. We don't want to stifle innovation. We don't want to stifle research. In fact, we believe we should encourage. We should stand shoulder and shoulder together and enable you to serve Bharat better. So today's conference, I believe, is the first step in that direction. I believe we have to do lot more together. And please do share your feedback with us. We are a very transparent government. We love feedback because we believe that it's an area for improvement. I keep telling my children wherever I go, all my students, I say, don't get scared about failure. Don't be afraid of it. Fail is first attempt in learning. That's the way I look at it. Because when I contested as an MLA, I lost the first time. So I contested from a seat that my party didn't win for 40 years. I think we only won it once since inception. I chose it, I lost it. It was a failure. But I didn't run away from it. I said I learned something. I stayed at it, we stuck at it. I won it with the third highest majority ever in history of Andhra Pradesh. So we are open to ideas. We are open to feedback. We want to be part of your growth story. You know, here we have a great institution called Manasas. This is by the Gajpati Raju's estate. Ashok Gajpati Rajagaru is currently the governor of Goa. And for people who know him, he's the most humble, docile person. He's the ex-minister of civil aviation. And his institution has a mandate that whatever land they have, they'll only give to promote education. And he's a very hard-nosed, stubborn human being. He's a very difficult person to work with, and I'll tell you why. So we worked on a project with GMR to build an aviation university here, and we launched it, we're starting work soon. And there's this whole debate within the government that, no, we have to give it in so much price and so much this. He said, no, as a chairman of Mansa Trust, I have hereby decided at 99 paise, I will give the land because education is our single priority. I mean, you have people in the private sector who are so pure, who want to promote education. That is the great state of Andhra Pradesh. So we look forward to interacting with all of you. I look forward to taking feedback and transforming the entire education system. And Srini Rajagar, you were requesting some changes and that you had some work with Bharat. Please do share the note with me. As I said, it's a double-engine bullet train Sarkar. So we will also positively work. We'll use the good offices of our Chief Minister and move the needle in reforms. Because that is one thing that the Honorable Prime Minister has also shared with us. He's looking forward to states that can lead his mandate from the front and not always go and ask for more resources, but actually states that are willing to reform, transform themselves, and actually create more resources for themselves on their own. So I look forward to hearing from you. So the second task, if I may, has already been given to you. So please do share your feedback, and we would love to take it and lead it from the front. So thank you very much. Thank you for being with me, with us. Sorry for coming late. Sorry for not being able to spend an entire day with you. But please invite me next time you have another conference, whichever part of the country it is. I'll definitely come. I look forward to spending more time visiting these sessions because we also need time off and actually visit such sessions. I think it opens for both Bharatji and I, it'll open up our minds and ideas. And you know, there's so much of this idea factories in front of us. So we need to harness all these ideas. Thank you very much and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspirational words and showing us the way forward for the education sector. Now I would like to invite Dr. Shekhar Vishwanathan to give the vote of thanks.
Respected Minister Garu, respected MP Garu, and other respected dignitaries on the stage, off the stage, and my dear friends, Andariki Namaskaram. Now, before I propose the vote of thanks, I would like to share a couple of minutes of our experience. I had the great fortune of being there when we established VIT AP, and I had even greater fortune of attending Honorable CM Garu's performance review meetings. My God, the best CEO of the world should come and get the lessons from Honorable CM Garu. That's the kind of management skills he has. I mean, it is really amazing. And I don't know how our Honorable Minister survives his performance review meetings. He's so strict and wants deadlines to be met. Amazing. So, we had the fortune of, being invited to Andhra Pradesh, and, we have had the best of the best experiences with the Andhra Pradesh government, especially with the support from Honorable CM Garu and Honorable Minister Garu. I can go on and on, but because of want of time, I'll be just taking 1 or 2 minutes. Right from the Act, the State Private University Act, when I first studied it, that was the best act in the entire country, because I've studied all the state acts, the State Private University Acts. That was the best act where autonomy, financial autonomy, administrative autonomy, academic autonomy was fully given to the state private universities. That was the first thing which attracted us to the state, and the speed at which the approvals were given, whether it was the land allocation and the university approvals. It's really amazing. Of course, when the government changes, the policy also changed. But that's part of the democracy. But now we are back on track and going very well. And my dear friend MP Garu, last night, Bharat was mentioning about the kind of Vice Chancellor appointments the Honorable Minister is making. I mean, that's really amazing. That's a great lesson. The kind of transparency and merit-oriented appointments of Vice Chancellors, that's the key. Many of the states in India have to learn from Andhra Pradesh. 2 of the Stanford graduates are sitting here. This is the kind of, politicians or policy makers our country needs. And, of course, we have limited time. As we come to the close of Digi 100X Andhra Pradesh, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks. As someone who has spent a lifetime in education and as a proud member of the VIT family, I have greatly valued the opportunity to be part of this remarkable gathering. I would also like to commend Digi, founded by a VIT alumni. Hemant, let's give a big round of applause, for creating a platform that brings together leaders from academia, industry, technology, and government to engage in meaningful dialogue on the future of education in India. First and foremost, I extend our sincere gratitude to Honorable Sri Lokesh Garu for gracing this summit and for sharing his vision for the future of Andhra Pradesh. Sir, your commitment to education, technology, innovation, and youth development provides a tremendous inspiration to all of us working to strengthen the future of learning in our country. My heartfelt thanks to my friend Sri Bharat Garu for his leadership, his unwavering support for education, and for bringing together such an exceptional community of leaders for this important dialogue. His commitment to advancing Andhra Pradesh's education ecosystem has been evident throughout the day and much earlier. I would also like to express our deepest appreciation to Dr. Sangeeta Reddy for sharing her valuable perspectives on the role of education, technology, healthcare, and human capital. Our sincere thanks to Sri Srinivasa Raju Garu for his inspiring insights on innovation, entrepreneurship, institution building, and the opportunities that lie ahead at Andhra Pradesh. We are equally grateful to Dr. Narayana Bharat Gupta Garu for his leadership in strengthening the state's higher education ecosystem and for his continued efforts towards institutional excellence. I would like to thank all the distinguished speakers, roundtable chairs, moderators, and participants whose ideas, experiences, and insights enrich the discussions throughout the day. To the chancellors, vice chancellors, directors, founders, policymakers, industry leaders, entrepreneurs, and the ecosystem partners who joined us from across Andhra Pradesh and across the country, thank you for your participation and for your commitment to shaping the future of education. My gratitude also goes to our partners, supporters, and the entire Digi team whose dedication and hard work behind the scenes made this summit possible. Today's discussion have reinforced a powerful truth. The future of education will be shaped not by institutions working in isolation, but by the strong ecosystems built on collaboration, innovation, and shared purpose. With that hope and optimism, I thank each and every one of you for making Digi 100X Andhra Pradesh a meaningful and memorable success. Thank you and a wonderful evening.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like everyone to please rise for the national anthem.